You know, watching any football around that time? Is that like a thing outside of now that you have?
Bears on this year?
They doing well this year.
Check. Oh, the Bears? Did you say Bears? Or did I say? I don't even know who said Bears, so let's talk about them. So we 7-3. Me and Q Rich, listen, me, Q Rich, and Candace, like we're the ones who like send each other stuff. Man, we back. And I ain't talking about Super Bowl back. I'm just talking about winning culture back.
I like it.
We've been out for a while. It's been almost 20 of them things, to be honest with you. You know, where we feel that we've had a winning culture. Not like, I don't even know if we had winning seasons, but like, we feel like we're building that. So shout out to, obviously, Ben Johnson and coaching staff. And all the players that's there, man. I'm proud. I'm a proud Chicagoan from afar.
This is nice. I ain't gonna lie. It's not like the fact that I'm like looking at this. I'm like, wait, y'all want to get him?
That's, you know what? Chicago, that's crazy coming from a Dolphins fan.
Ooh.
That's crazy that you look at it and say, oh, the Bears want to get, that's crazy coming from a Dolphins fan, by the way. Shout out to Miami. I love y'all. But like, now we talking about football.
Yeah, you know what? I can't. You know what? I got to deflect. I have to deflect because
my head is a dog way for a second.
There you go.
Dolphins colorway, by the way.
There you go. I'm just saying. But you see, I had to deflect because my sorrow hurts.
I know, bro. I know. What's y'all record right now? 3-4? Y'all 4-7? Something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, once it's 3-4-7, you only got to look that up.
Yeah, you know what?
If you was 6 or 7 wins right now, we'd care. But 3 or 7, 4.
You know, I wish they had a lottery for football. Like, you know how, like, in the sense where, like, because the way football works is, if your record is the worst record, you got number one pick.
Yeah.
Where sometimes you might not be that bad, and you're gonna get like a 6-7 pick, 6-7. But like, you don't get like a pick that's like in that range. But where I want a chance, like, even if let's say I might not have been that bad, I had some wins and I have a chance with number one pick. Let me get a chance. I would like a chance.
I understand what you're saying.
I mean, it's...
But also, too, let me give you the other side of that. I think it's great. But I've been on the side of we had the worst record in the league.
Right.
I would have loved to get first pick. I would have loved to know that we're getting the first pick in the draft. Sitting at that lottery and seeing them balls drop and you won't get it, and the team that got a 0.000.1% chance get the first pick, you're hot. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking from experience.
Yeah. I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from being there like, this some bull. Literally,
you know what?
Bulls. This some bull.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that year.
Yeah, I'm sure, look at the Utah Jazz this year, man. Very disappointed, right? And not the 5th pick. Great pick. Got a young player that can be really, really good in the league. But wanted the number 1 pick. Terrible. We've had the worst record or top 3 worst record the last 4 years or something like that, right? Or 3 years. We would love to just know we get a number 1 pick so we can plan around it.
You know what?
We planned around it and got the 5th pick, and so we had to change some things. You know what I'm saying?
And I guess you speaking from a position of management, I get that, and that's complete. You know what? I never thought of it like that. That makes a lot of sense. As a fan, I don't want to have the worst record, and like I want some wins at some points of the game. Like give me some. Like, I don't want to have a whole year where I'm 0-9, 0-12, and I'm like,
well, right, and you're not getting a chance to not get better, but like. Certain markets won't get a chance to go out in free agency.
Right.
Certain teams don't have the caps, don't have the space that other teams have. You won't have the money to go out and really spend big. I guess a lot of things that you don't have the ability to have. So if I do at least have the worst record, I should know I'm getting at least a pick.
You know what?
Top pick.
You may have changed my mind on that a little bit. You may have changed, because you know what? You're right, because if I have the worst record, I want to make sure I'm good on the back end.
I mean, and the tough part about it is this, you know, like, you have to be bad, and sometimes you have to do things to be bad, right? Even though you may be bad, but you might need to be 3 games worse bad to get the first pick, right? So you gotta what they call it? What's
tanking?
the word? Okay, I ain't want to say it.
Oh,
so
I got you.
They call it tanking. I don't know. I've never been in the meetings where tanking goes on.
Right.
But I think that's the part of it that the branding is bigger than anything. Is the tanking part of it is the biggest brand when it comes to teams losing. But some teams are just not set up yet to be able to win. Or you don't want to be in this middle ground where you like ain't winning, but you ain't losing. Like, who wants to stay there?
We've been there. I've been there for a long time with the Dolphins in the sense of we were right there. But you're right. I guess But I also feel like a lot of things have to happen in that as well. Because let's say just you getting the first pick doesn't mean you're changing stuff up.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
Like there's a lot of teams that like just think about
it just gives hope.
It gives hope.
It just gives hope. There's a lot of first picks that you like, yeah, we could have did without that one.
Right.
As a first pick.
Correct.
But it's hard. It's so hard to get it right because most of this drafting, in especially the sport we're talking about, is potential. Right. Nowadays. Like they're not drafting guys that are staying for now 5-6 years in college. They're drafting a lot of guys at that top pick off the potential of what that young man or now the WNBA draft is a little bit more prevalent to us. A young woman can become.
Right.
And it's tough because it's just really you just. You know, I know the makeup on paper, but you know, it all has to come together, right?
Right.
With everything, and not just the talent of the player, the culture that the player going in, the teammates that he's playing with, the whatever, right? And so it's a really tough process. And I think the further and further I get away from the game of basketball, the more and more I know how hard it is to actually pick right. And I think it's a lot of people that's just don't know what do they want to be? Who do they want to be? I think it's the hardest thing when it comes to organizations is like, who do we want to be? Do we want to be a great defensive team? Or do we want to be a great offensive team? Do we want to be a team that goes out and gets stars? Or do we want to be a team that go out and get guys that's high character? Like, what do we want?
That has to be established.
It has to be established because that's where because if you're a team that's like, all right, I'm gonna go out and get these stars.
Right.
You want to know what comes with that? Are you prepared to deal with what comes with a star player?
True.
Are you built for that? So like, what are you building? What are you built for is what you should go out and get. Because star player is going to come with
some sauce.
Come with some sauce. And if you ain't built for the sauce, if you're a little too sensitive for the sauce, you got to get out of the star game, right? So like OKC has built their team off high character guys. Shea has become a star in the midst of that.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Blessings on blessings on blessings. But they didn't go out and go get stars. They went and got individual guys as high character guys that could obviously put them in a place to be able to get the best out of themselves. That now you get guys that can become even greater than someone thought they could because of the environment that they're in and the people that are around them in that environment. They bring out the best in each other because they're all high character guys. Now, let's go with people who go get 3 stars. You know how hard that is?
Yes.
So if that's what you're basing it off of, like now you really got to have the organization and a template to be able to deal with those kind of stars and the needs of each star. And then the guys around those stars, bro, it is. So like, who do you want to be? And I think a lot of organizations don't really have an identity of who they want to be and how they want to be and go stand on that.
Stand on that.
Stand on it. Because you may take some beatings along the way of trying to become a high character organization. It may take a while. It may take OKC kind of time.
True.
And then now look at them. They took a long time to build. So I think that's for me is really, really important when I look at like organizations and the things that I'm learning on this side versus what I thought about, cared about, knew about when I was on the player side.